Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap, where I discuss news and events happening in the Hudson County real estate market. So, over the past week, there have been 97 properties that have gone under contract in the Hudson County MLS. They had an average list price of $744,000 and a median list price of $649,000. We don't know what they sold for yet. We'll find out when they close in the next 30 to 60 days or so. They were on the market for an average of 30 days, and a median day on the market for was 19 days. So these properties that were on the market that went under contract sold pretty quickly in under 30 days or so on the market. Now, some were on the market longer. There's always exceptions, but the market is still moving at a pretty fast pace. Looking through the list, a lot of the properties that sold were not in like large scale buildings this week. What went under contract were some smaller buildings. So in Hoboken here, you have 812 Grand Street, which is the building called the Huntington. It's on Grand between 8th and 9th Street. It was built by Metro Homes around 2006 or so. And this was a one bedroom, one bath, 776 square foot unit. It listed for $699. It was on the market for 8 days. It came with parking for one car. The Huntington is an elevator building, has a small fitness center on site as well. And this is a one bedroom, one bath, central AC, washer dryer in the unit. So this is a non-doorman building. And this listed for $699,000. It was on the market about a week. So that property has gone under contract. You have at 210 Bloomfield Street. So this is a smaller, more boutique condo, smaller building, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath. This is 3,215 square feet, listed for $2,699,000. Again, on the market 8 days, and this property has gone under contract in Hoboken. And this building is located closer to the path on 2nd and Bloomfield Street, one block off of Washington Street. And you can see this is quite a large unit. It's hard to get units this big in the waterfront area because most of those units are the 2 bedrooms are around 1,200 to 1,400 square feet. 3 bedrooms around 1,500 to 1,800 square feet on average. So for people who are looking for more size, they're going to have to go off the waterfront or out of a full service building most of the time to get a larger space. But it would be more in a smaller, more boutique condo building. So this property is now under contract in Hoboken on 210 Bloomfield Street. In downtown Jersey City, there were a couple of units in larger scale buildings. So here you had a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,599 square foot unit at 88 Morgan Street. And this listed for $1,250,000. It was on the market 13 days. And 88 Morgan Street was built around 2006. It's the former building named Trump Plaza. They renamed the building about 4 or 5 years ago, and they renamed it 88 Morgan. So 88 Morgan Street, full service building, has a very nice level of amenities, concierge, big residence lounge, big fitness center, outdoor pool. There's rental parking available on site. This is a lower floor unit, so it doesn't have New York City views, but it's listed for $1,250,000 and is now under contract at 88 Morgan Street. Gulls Cove, there was this 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,250 square foot unit listed for $1,185,000. It was on the market for 19 days. And Gulls Cove is located at 201 Marin Boulevard. So this was a corner unit. Looks like it faced northeast, looking towards New York. So this is 77 Hudson over here, and Grove Street Path is over here. So this is a corner unit at Gulls Cove. And you can see here the floor plans. Corner, got a master bedroom over here, the other bedroom, second bedroom, and this is a column actually in the unit. And Gulls Cove was built by Metro Homes. They had built the building in Hoboken I discussed earlier, which was the Huntington building. And Gulls Cove built around 2004 in 2 separate phases. There was first phase was 04, second phase was around 2012. And it's right by Grove Street Path Station. There's a light rail stop right in front of the building. I'll link down below a link to the Gulls Cove page from my website where you can see other units that may be available for sale or see what's for rent. In Weehawken, there was nothing here. You got over at Grandview, number 1, 22 Avenue, Port Imperial. This was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,386 square foot unit, Grandview in West New York in the Port Imperial section. This listed for $870,000. It was on the market 13 days and is now under contract. This property was built by K. Ovnanian around 2004, 2005. In West New York. Again, full service building. They have a pool, residence lounge, concierge. There's no path in West New York, but it is close to the ferry, Port Imperial Ferry Terminal. Building has a fitness center as well. So this listed for $870, was on the market 13 days. Don't know what it's sold for yet, but when it closes, I'll be sure to report on it. As far as some properties that sold, at the Emerald, which is at 45 River Drive South in Newport section of Jersey City, you had a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 568 square foot unit listed for $450 and it's sold for $455. This actually might be a converted studio given the size. So that one went $5,000 over asking. It was on the market 16 days here at the Emerald. And the Emerald was one of the first condominium buildings to be built in the Jersey City waterfront in the Newport section. It was developed by LaFrac, and it's one of the handful of condominium buildings that's in Newport. Newport is mostly made up of residential rental towers, and this property is a condominium, 45 River Drive South. It used to be called the James Monroe, and the Condo Association renamed the building to the Emerald about 4 or 5 years ago. In Weehawken, there were a few sales at Gregory Commons. Gregory Commons is located at 518 Gregory Avenue. It's on top of the cliff, Palisades Cliff, overlooking the Lincoln Tunnel. If you drive through Lincoln Tunnel, you can see it up on the cliff. It's 3 separate buildings. It's a former factory, or 3 small former factories. And this was a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath, 1,551 square foot unit, listed for $599. It sold for $575. It was on the market 124 days at Gregory Commons. So when you get outside of Hoboken and downtown Jersey City, there's a significant price change in many of these complexes. Weehawken does not have a path station, so the path tends to drive a lot of value, especially in Hoboken and downtown Jersey City. And that's why you see properties in Weehawken sell for less on average. Again, there are some exceptions. There's some buildings in the Weehawken waterfront that sell quite high, as well as the West New York and Edgewater waterfront. But generally, the rule of thumb, when you go north of Hoboken, you get more for your money. And this is a good example here at Gregory Commons. There's no path. So if you didn't have to take the path to the city, you were open to taking the bus. It's a great value when you compare the size to what you're getting in Hoboken. And I'll link down below a link to Gregory Commons from my website, and you can see what's available. And let me see here. Downtown Jersey City, Fulton's Landing, 149 Essex Street. This is in the Paulus Hook section of downtown Jersey City. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,070 square foot unit, listed for $899. It sold for $950 in 15 days in the market. So it went $51,000 over asking. And this property is in a very desirable neighborhood in downtown Jersey City, the historic Paulus Hook section. It was built by Pulte Homes in the early 2000s. And it also, it's a concierge building, has a fitness center, a small lounge area, and many of the units do come with parking. And very close to Exchange Place Path, and also not far from Grove Street Path either, and the light rail is right near it. So this is right in Paul's Hook section, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and this property was obviously in high demand, selling $51,000 over the asking price. And I'll link down below a link to my website where I profile the complex. And finally, Maxwell Place in Hoboken. This is at 1100 Maxwell, unit 1111, listed for $1,740,000. It's sold for full price, 1,448 square feet. I don't have interior photos, but this was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, selling for $1,040,000. As far as news articles go, There was an article in Jersey Digs profiling all the development going on in Journal Square. They're building a lot of high rises there in the Journal Square area. Majority of it is residential rental building and commercial. But I'll link down below to the article here where you can see, read about what's happening in Journal Square. As far as inventory goes, Hoboken has about 84 properties for sale right now. Downtown Jersey City, 254, and Weehawken, 48. So it's a little bit higher than it was a few weeks ago. If you have any further questions about the market or any of these buildings or properties I discussed, feel free to contact me anytime. I can be reached at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Thank you very much. Have a great day.